Well, hello there, and I do hope you're all well. Now, did arrogant Brexit MP Sir Bill Cash ask this question 3 years too late? Well, as Labour MP for Hove, Peter Kyle was tearing into a government that is trying to break international law because they're desperate to now want to rip up the Northern Ireland Protocol if they get half a chance in Parliament yesterday. Stone's Conservative MP, and clearly someone who has got rocks for brains, Sir William Cash, asks Peter Kyle to give way, and he asked an interesting question.
Today we are taking clauses 1 to 3 of this bill, which deal with the intention and the main powers. I will be pushing new clause 10 to a vote, which attempts to inject at least some respect for the rule of law into this bill. We are also supporting the SDLP's Amendment 8. This bill tells us everything we need to know about the Tory party of today, because it represents an abdication of all responsibility, the responsibility to play by the rules, the responsibility to be honest about our actions and their consequences, the responsibility to honour our commitments made on behalf of our country. At second reading, the Foreign Secretary declared herself a patriot. Patriotism includes our flag, of course, but it's also about our values. To me, those values are something that should unite all democratic politicians, irrespective of political party, and include respect for the rule of law and equality before it, respect for human rights and the institutions that defend them, and respect for commitments, foreign and domestic, voluntarily entered into and collectively applied. It says a lot that simply describing these values sounds like a criticism of the Conservative Party, their current Prime Minister, and almost certainly the next. It is most certainly a criticism of this bill, which not only breaks convention, the law, but betrays our values as a parliament and as a country. This bill exists because the Prime Minister was not honest about the full nature of the Brexit deal. I'll give way in a moment. This was followed by a manifesto which promised his deal was oven-ready and vowed to the public that there would be no renegotiations on it. Of course, it's easy for ministers to dismiss my criticism because they are the words of an opposition spokesman. So how about the words of one of their leadership contenders, someone running to be their next leader and our Prime Minister? They've all trashed the Tory record in office, so let's just make the most recent one an example. Because this morning the Right Honourable Member for Portsmouth North said, "The British people are fed up with us not delivering and unfilled promises." She's right, and their manifesto promise not to renegotiate is presumably part of the problem she describes. I give way.
I wondered if the honourable gentleman could explain how it is right for the voters of Northern Ireland to be subjugated to laws which themselves are passed in the Council of Ministers behind closed doors without even a transcript. How does he justify that, and doesn't he agree that that is a grave and imminent peril to the people of Northern Ireland?
Maybe they should have had time to scrutiny. Oh, that's right. They were so desperate to get it through legislatively. Oh, well, let's not bother scrutinise it. We'll just vote it through. So, you've only got yourselves to blame.
The question he's asking is 3 years too late. The question that he is asking should have been asked as the government was negotiating, proposing and delivering the protocol in the first place. The debate here today is not about the nature of the protocol as signed into international law. The debate here today is the way that the government has failed to negotiate its way forward and seeks to break the commitment that it made. Now, of course I'll give way.
Now, is Peter Kyle right? Should he have asked that question 3 years ago? Well, when I watched it, I was thinking the very same thing, if I'm honest. But of course, this extreme Brexit Tory government, they went out of their way to make sure that that question never got to see the light of day, didn't they? Because they didn't want the deal scrutinised, and they just wanted it just voted straight through. And we all know what happened a month after it was voted through. You had people like Lord Frost saying, "Who in their right mind absolutely negotiated this absolute despicable deal?" Oh, a certain guy called David Frost. Who's he? Never heard of him. But anyway, there's going to be a few with Peter Kyle because I thought he really handled him pretty well. So there'll be about 2 or 3. So enjoy, because I thought he was pretty good. So I shall leave the video here, and until the next time I shall bid you farewell and take care.